I'm Carl Strickwerda. I'm president of the college, and it is a pleasure to be here to mark one of the biggest events in the history of the college, and that's recognizing all the effort that's gone into what will be the largest construction project in the history of the college and a signal contribution to the life of our community. But first, I want to recognize some of the people who've made particular contributions to the college or to this project. Our Board of Trustees, would you all please raise your hands? There's a whole bunch of trustees here. Thank you for having the vision that this building was possible. Thank you for leading the efforts to help make it a reality. It's been your careful planning and tremendous support over many years that allow us to be gathered here today. We also have some people representing the local community. I think Heather Hohenwarter is here. There she is, representing the Chamber of Commerce of Elizabethtown and many, many more of wonderful partners we have in this area. We're very grateful. I'd also like to recognize some of the people who really had hands-on work from outside the college in making this project possible. There's members of the design team here. Could you just raise your hand when I call your name? Bob Ward, project principal from Canon Design. Ryan Mustio, Ryan, architect from Canon Design. Ritz Marcellus, also architect from Canon Design. Bob Fatovic is here from Canon Design. Yancey Unger from Barton Associates. Great, all the mechanical, electrical, plumbing design. And Jim Wenger from Durkin Edson. All right, Durkin Edson's been our partner for years in planning the campus. Some of the members of the finance and legal team are here from McNeese, Wallace, and Nurek. Tim Horstman, Terry Snyder, Erica Kozer, are they here? Great, thank you very much. And our High Construction Company partners. Rick Stout, is he here? Okay. Bob Walsh and Mike Jabot are here from High Construction. Thank you very much. There's also another very, very important group of people here who I see every day on campus, but we really want to acknowledge them because ultimately they're the people we are building this building for and for the many people who will follow them, and that's our students. Your desire to have this project happen and your desire to make this college great is the other reason we're here. I'd like to give all these people a hand. Lots of champions of this project, but if I had to name one with a lot of vision, it's my very dear colleague, Marianne Kalenda, Vice President for Student Life and Dean of Students. Marianne envisioned this building. She's wanted a center for fitness and well-being, and she's worked as hard or harder than anyone else to make it come true, and we're all in her debt. It's now my pleasure to introduce Marianne Kalenda to come forward.
Thank you, Carl. I'd like to begin by recognizing the significant contributions of our internal planning team. And if you're willing to come up, I'd love for you to come up and join me for a minute. The college planning team includes Allison Bridgman, Tracy Sad, Bruce Lynch, Chris Morgan, Liz Brongard. Liz, are you here? Mark Zimmerman, Betty Ryder, Wendy Schaefer, Lori Thompson, and Stacy Zimmerman, and Steve Rudder. I forgot Steve Rudder. Is Steve here? Come on up, Steve. These folks have been exceptional partners in our creative process with Canon Design, and I really would like for you to acknowledge them today. Can you please join me in a round of applause? Together, we focused on 4 guiding principles as we've made recommendations about the spaces and the finishes in the Bowers Center. The first one is that the facility should engage all students, staff, and faculty, and strengthen our learning community. The second principle is that the design should be distinctive, and here we go, Tracy, edgy enough to compel every student to visit every day, and to satisfy our students' strong desire for a new sense of place on our small campus. Number 3, the design should convey and support our strong commitment to multiple dimensions of well-being. And lastly, the design should support athletic, fitness, and recreational program growth and help us attract and retain more students. And here we are today, a group of believers who want more for Elizabethtown College. We're excited to take the first step toward building a regional standout that invites students to reach new strength and conditioning goals, that acknowledges the connection between good food and optimal health, that encourages good health for academic achievement, and which introduces new practices for mindfulness and contemplation and fosters healthy social activities. Our beautiful Bauer Center is more than a field house. It's more than a fitness center. We have intentionally situated athletic and intramural space near a farm-to-table demonstration kitchen and a comfortable campus living room with plenty of natural light next to a Healthy Choice cafe. We've aligned cardio and strength studios with health promotion programs and integrated spaces for advocacy, leadership, and contemplative practices throughout the building. The Bauer Center will be a place where students, staff, and faculty are acknowledged as whole people who are supported in reaching new goals for personal development. In addition to advancing a campus culture of well-being, the Bauer Center will strengthen alumni relationships and encourage new college community partnerships. We hope the indoor and outdoor gathering spaces overlooking Wolf Field and the fire pit donated by our own class of 2018 will be used for alumni receptions and Blue Jay athletic tailgate parties. The field house, which includes 3 multi-purpose courts and a 100-meter track, will support summer youth camps and conference expos, and the demonstration kitchen will be an ideal venue for regional conversations about our place in Lancaster County. The Bauer Center will be a vital and vibrant destination, sure to capture the attention of future generations of Blue Jays. Many thanks to Ken and Rosalie and the Elizabethtown College Board of Trustees for making this vision a reality. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, Mary Ann. I'd also like to now introduce the chair of our Board of Trustees, who's helped lead this effort, and that's Bob Dolan. Bob?
Thanks, Carl. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, I want to say thanks to Mary Ann. That was a wonderful summary of what we've done here, why we're doing it, as we educate the whole person, as we watch the young people of our community grow into mature adults here, and we educate for service like we have for years. And so the Board of Trustees was happy to work together to push this vision forward. So thank you for your guidance. Thank you for your vision. Carl, thank you for your vision as we put this together. And of course, Rosalie and Ken, thank you for what you've done to make this happen. I want to also point out the specific committees that worked with respect to raising the funds for this building within our Be More Inspired campaign. We have a campaign steering committee, which is chaired by Jim Schreiner. Jim is sitting here. Our leadership gifts chair, Jim, thank you. Our leadership gifts chair was Judy Ware. I believe she had to leave. She was here a little while. Is Judy? Oh, okay, there she is. Judy is standing right there. Thank you. There's Judy. And Janice and John Holsinger were co-chaired our Young Center campaign. So Janice is sitting here. They did a tremendous job. We exceeded the original goal when we pushed the goal up. So it's going really well for us. So thank you for the fine work that you've done. And specific to this project, we also had a committee focused on the Bauer Center for Sports and Fitness and Wellbeing, and that was chaired by Steve Capaferri. Steve, are you here?
He could not make it.
He couldn't make it today. But Steve's done a wonderful job, so when you see him, thank him for his dedication and his service throughout this project. And I want to thank the members of the Board of Trustees who are here with me today. You saw Carl ask them to raise their hands. We have 3 meetings a year. We come into campus for a 2-day meeting, and these are our 2 days, today and tomorrow. Actually, we started Thursday evening. So many of the Board of Trustees are here today, and I want to thank all of you for your participation, your vision, your guidance to the college on this project and all the other projects where you donate your valuable time, your talent, and your treasure, and we, the community, really appreciate that. This project has become a reality through the vision articulated so well by Mary Ann and by the hard work of the campaign chairs and Board of Trustees. So, as many of you know, it's often my great privilege to introduce a man with very high energy level, a man who has kind of made this happen from the campaign standpoint, and that he's a former chairman of our board and currently serving as the Be More Inspired campaign steering committee chair. So, Jim.
Always have to lower the microphone when I get up here. I guess I would direct these comments at the student body because I'm going to date myself today because a couple of the things I'm going to remark, you weren't even born when they happened. But Skip Roderick, where's Skip at? Skip and I were classmates together, and we were here when Thompson Gym was opened up and started, and we thought that was a really big deal at the time. And, but it doesn't take long because of progress and enrollment growth and all those things till you outgrow those things and then you develop new dreams for the future. Well, again, I'm dating myself, but this is my 21st year on the Board of Trustees, and we started talking, again, I'm dating myself, about a field house in those days and the need for a field house. So 21 years later, we finally stand here today to celebrate the accomplishment of a lot of hard work. And it was truly a lot of work by a lot of people. And I'm going to just share with you some numbers in terms of what we were able to accomplish, but how many people it took to do it. First of all, if you count up all the committees and subcommittees, the volunteers that were out asking for money amounted to 70 different people that actually were out trying to get the attention of our alumni base and friends of the college and impress upon them the importance of this project. And these volunteers came across from all sorts. We had a committee from both the men's and the women's basketball team, the field hockey team, the wrestling men and women's, the swimming, baseball, lacrosse, and on and on. They all had teams that went out and were able to achieve and develop resources for this. In total, we had to date, and I want to say to date because we're going to continue raising money for this project up until the final stone is laid in the project. To date, we have 209 donors that have contributed to this project. And specifically, let's hear it for the class of 2018, who have designated their class gift to be a fire pit in front of the Sports Fitness and Wellness Center. I, too, want to give my personal thanks to Judy Ware, who's been my sidekick throughout this whole effort. And whenever I needed encouragement or direction, it was easy to pick up the phone and call Judy, and she was always there for me and for the committee. So, Judy, a personal thanks of you for your support. When we started the analysis, and this gets into some of the technical detail of the entire campaign, but when we set our goal, we had originally thought that 30 to 35 million was an achievable figure, and we felt comfortable in doing that. But after more research and thinking about this, we ultimately set our goal at 50 million. And we thought it was possible to raise 10 to 15 million for this project. So that was sort of the range that we established at that time. But I am proud to tell you that to date, we have raised in cash 15.6 million to this project. So we already achieved the upper end of our goal. And a new thing that the board has made a critical component now of capital gifts going forward in campaigns and building campaigns is we also, at the same time, establish an endowment so that we can maintain the building going forward, because we all know about maintenance and buildings and dorm rooms that don't look quite like they did when they were built anymore. So we need maintenance, and so in addition to the 15.6 million, we've already raised 2.5 million in terms of endowment to support that building the building going forward and the sustainability. So that's a total of 18.2 million for this project, and we're not finished. The campaign to date, as you may or may not know, the board at its last meeting raised our goal from 50 million to 60 million. They thought I had a little time left yet, and so they wanted to make sure I kept busy. And so we went to 60 million. The campaign in total is currently at 49 million, so we're just short of the original goal of 50 million. And again, I'm not going to name every person here because it would just take too much time, but in your program is a list of all the committee members, volunteers at both the Sports Fitness and Wellness Center as well as the campaign in total. I would just like to recognize personally, first of all, our very largest contributors, Barry Shaw, if you would just stand, and the Shaw Family Foundation. Really want to thank you for your commitment to this project and so forth. And of course, we're going to get a little bit more, but to Rosie and Ken, who came forward to really put the final touch on this project and get us to where we needed to get. And most important to me is your friendship throughout my entire time on the board. Ken, you were my mentor from the very first day I walked into that board meeting, and I appreciate everything. And your commitment to this college, I just appreciate that so much, and you've been an inspiration, both of you, to me throughout my career. So thank you so much for that. This truly was a team project, and we talk about the values that we have here at Elizabethtown College, and a big part of those values is the teamwork that we aspire to and educating for service. And truly, that was demonstrated again throughout this entire campaign. So thanks to every single person in this room, because you've all had a part in that, and it's just been an honor to serve with you. So thank you.
Thank you, Jim. Ken and Rosalie Bowers do indeed represent much of the best about the Elizabethtown College community. They have very deep roots through both of their families in Elizabethtown College's history, but they've also been two of the most welcoming and innovative supporters of the college. As Jim's mentioned, Ken has served as chair of the Board of Trustees. Rosalie's has received one of our highest awards, an Educate for Service Award. They are still friends with a group of people who they attended the college with decades ago. How's that, decades ago? Okay. And they actually welcomed my wife, Gail, and me into the gang, as it's known. When we arrived, they called themselves the gang, and they were just wonderfully welcoming people. Ken and Rosalie have had a lifelong romance with each other, their friends, and the college. And this center is a wonderful legacy for you both, and actually not a bad Valentine's Day gift present to each other either. So please do come up and give us a few words of your own reflection, Ken.
We're going to do this mostly as a single, but please know that my good wife Rosalie is very much a part of all of this. Elizabethtown College has been very important to us from the late 1950s to today, and dear knows how much longer. We met here, we graduated here, and we are very proud to be alumni of Elizabethtown College. We're also very proud to be supporters of Elizabethtown, but especially I would want to point out how much many of the rest of you have had to do with this particular project. We are very, very impressed with the various ways, not just in funding, but in all other aspects of putting together a fantastic facility, as we're sure this center is going to be. We are really, really impressed with what so many people involved with Elizabethtown College have done to make this become a reality for us. Thank you very much.